Here's an answer to a question I get a lot. What is the difference between a midwife and a birth doula? There are many similarities between the two, but the main difference is medical training. Hi, I'm Krisha, your natural birth trainer. Click subscribe for more natural birth knowledge. Midwives are medically trained and birth doulas are not. Midwives are medically trained and can perform clinical tasks like urine and blood tests, gestational diabetes and group B strep testing. They can take your blood pressure, check your pulse and your oxygen levels, perform vaginal checks or cervical checks, listen to your baby's heart rate, belly measurements during pregnancy, help you catch baby, help your partner catch baby, or catch baby for you. They can suture vaginal or perineum tears. These are just to name a few, and some can actually write prescriptions based on their licensure. Birth doulas do none of these clinical tasks. All right, let's cover a little bit more about midwives, and then I'll go over birth doulas. There are different midwife professions across the world. Here's just a couple of them. Certified Nurse Midwife, which is CNM, Certified Professional Midwife, which is CPM, Certified Midwife, which is CM, Licensed Midwife, which is LM, and Traditional Midwife, which is TM. And some midwives will practice without license or certifications in some areas of the world. Midwives believe in physiological birth and care for low-risk women. Midwives can provide care through conception, pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. Some midwives can perform well women's checks depending on their licensure. I myself actually see a midwife for my well women's checks. All midwives go through a training program and apprenticeship working alongside and observing other midwives. Midwifery care has been around a lot longer than Doctor of Obstetrics or OB. In most states, a midwife will have a collaborative physician that oversees them. This can be restricting on what she can and cannot do. This sometimes ties the hand of the midwife on how she wants to practice and can be frustrating at times. Midwives can attend births at homes, freestanding birth centers, and hospital settings. Midwives are not trained in performing cesareans. If a cesarean is needed, the client will be transferred to the care of an OB. At this point, a higher level of care is needed. If a low-risk mom risks out of midwifery care during pregnancy, her care will be transferred to an OB. Midwives will take care of you prenatally for once a month up until 28 weeks. Then it will be bi-weekly until you reach 36 weeks. Then it will be weekly until you give birth. If you birth out of the hospital, you will be visited by your midwife 2 days after birth, then 2 weeks after birth, and then again at 6 weeks postpartum. Midwives can provide physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual support. They can also guide you in nutrition, hydration, and exercise to help you achieve your birthing goals. On your birthing game day, your midwife can stay by your side the entire time, or she may come and go through the laboring process. It depends on how she practices midwifery and the birthing environment she practices in. Midwives at a home birth or a freestanding birth center will tend to your immediate postpartum needs, like placenta birth, postpartum bleeding, and any suturing if there should be any tears. They will also do your baby's newborn exam, which includes assessing your new baby's body, doing their weight and height. They can also administer vitamin K, eye ointment, and other baby tests if consented by the parents. Midwives have different skill sets. They can help singleton babies be born head down or breech, twin babies head down or breech, vaginal births after cesarean or home births after cesarean. Actually, they can do vaginal births after 1, 2, 3, or 4 cesareans. It really depends on their competency of their skill set, what they feel comfortable with in their practice, what their overseeing OB will allow, and state laws. All right, so let's go over what a birth doula does. Doula is a Greek word meaning woman caregiver. Birth doulas provide physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual support. Doulas have gone through training to learn the stages and phases of the birthing process. They can be certified or working towards a certification. Some are rookies getting started, and others are very seasoned and have attended many births. Birth doulas can be hired between the first, second, and third trimester, but most commonly hired between the second and third trimesters. Birth doulas have a variety of skill sets and different trainings to suit your needs. There are birth doulas for home births, freestanding birth centers, and hospital settings. They can help with unmedicated births, medicated births, or cesareans. Birth doulas provide resources for expecting parents so they can make educated decisions about what they want for their birth and their baby, and help them to create a birth plan so they can achieve their birthing goals. Birth doulas also teach expecting parents how to advocate for their birth choices. Birth doulas are the ones that come to your birth first. They come to your home to help labor you down until it's time to go to your birthing location or call the midwife to your home. They also stay by your side most of the time during the birthing process, with the exception of getting some food, sleep, or taking some restroom breaks. Having a birth doula at your birth reduces labor hours, lowers the uses of pain medication, lowers getting epidurals, lowers the uses of Pitocin, lowers your baby being birthed with forceps or a vacuum, lowers cesarean rate, lowers the chances of having postpartum depression, and increases breastfeeding success. No wonder some OBs don't like doulas. Doulas can decrease their sales of services. Expecting parents are more satisfied with their birthing experience with a doula by their side. Birth doula fees can range from a few $100s to thousands of dollars based on their skill set and location. Some have only one set price, and others will have packages that you can choose from. Birth doulas can be independent and they have a backup in case they have a family emergency or an illness, or they can work with a group of doulas in an agency. It is the birth doula's job to make sure that you make it to your birthing location on time, or make sure the midwife comes out to your home. Birth doulas do not catch babies. Midwives and doulas can be hired on the same birth team because they have different hats for the expecting parents. Both are hired and work for the expecting parents. Interview as many midwives and doulas as you need to find the most perfect ones that think the same as you, and you can envision those people being part of your birth team. Hire the birth team members you feel will help you achieve your birthing goals, and willing to see your whole world inside and out on one of the most vulnerable days of your life. If you want more help in achieving your natural birth goals, go to trainforbirth.com.